Okay, so you're going to practice 4 equations by yourself. So the first thing you need to do is grab a sheet of paper. I'm going to model how to do one, and then after you do it, you're going to plug it into a Google slide, which I'll show you how to do. So here's my examples. Let's say the problem is 4 times 162. I'm going to draw my rectangle, and I first need to split this number up into an expanded form. So it's 100 plus 60 plus 2, and I am multiplying it times 4. Now I'm going to write my equations. So for this first box, it's 4 times 100. The second box is 4 times 60. Third box is 4 times 2. Now I will actually solve those equations. So 4 times 100 is 400. 4 times 6, I know is 24. Add the extra 0 is 240. And then 4 times 2 is 8. The last step I need to do on my paper before I'm going to go to the Google slide is add them all up. So add up 400 plus 240 plus 8. My ones place I have an 8, my tens place I have a 4, and my hundreds place I have a 6. So my final answer is 648. After you have solved the problem on paper, then you're going to go to your Google form. So here you'll click on the link and it will pop up for the 4 problems. Here's the example one. So it's the problem we just did, which is 4 times 162. So we are going to plug in the numbers that we have from our notes. So this was 100 plus 60 plus 2. We're multiplying everything times 4. In the first box, what was the equation? It was 4 times 100. The second box was 4 times 60. The third box was 4 times 2. Now, when I actually solved that, 4 times 100 was 400. 4 times 60 was 240. 4 times 2 was 8. I got all of that from when I actually solved it here on my paper. Then I added it up on my paper and I was able to get the final answer of 648. So there's my final answer. And you notice it's not exactly in line, and that's okay. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect. So you will plug in your answers. I know the total answer there was 648. So you are going to practice. You have 4 problems to do on your own. There are these 4 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And your Google doc or Google slide will look like this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. But the first step before we did anything was to do it here on paper. So you need to grab a sheet of paper to write it down first. Once you've solved it, then you will be ready to plug it into your Google slide.